Hello everyone and welcome back to Cooking is Bliss. So let me show you how I made my lamb chops because Carnell made it clear that I was joking around with the first video. So here we go. A little more steps added, okay Carnell? So I chopped up some thyme and some rosemary. And then I added some garlic and I added some parsley and some olive oil. Olive oil, give it a good stir. And I wanted a little bit more olive oil, so I just added a little bit more. I did not measure, so I don't know how much, just until, it's a consistency that you like. Now, these are pretty thick, so I heavily salt them. And then I added some black pepper. I wanted this to be pretty simple. Salt, black pepper, the rosemary and thyme, garlic, little pasty thing. And then I turned it over and I did the same thing. Rosemary, thyme, garlic, salt, pepper. And it looked great. But then I was like, you know what? Let's add a little bit of Mrs. Dash garlic blend just for a little more oomph. And the biggest thing here is the limes. You really want to have the limes and the onions because for me, lamb can have a pretty gamey flavor. So the lime and the onions really gets rid of that. So I cover this and I put this in the refrigerator overnight to marinate. And the next day I get it in a hot cast iron skillet. And I really sear them, give them a good char on each side and all around. Like I said, it's pretty thick, so I had to sand them on their sides to fully cook. And even so, they still weren't all the way cooked. They finished cooked in the oven. So I made this little sauce for it and I forgot to record it. But all those onions that I had when it marinated overnight, I literally pour all the onions and all the olive oil, all the seasonings into this pot with some tomatoes. And that's where I got the color from. And I literally let this sit and simmer for about, let's say, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, more like 15. And once it was done simmering and everything was softened, I poured it over the lamb chops. And then I covered these and into the oven. They went for 45 minutes to an hour. And that's how they looked when they were done. They were absolutely delicious. I wish I had got a video of when I cut into it because it was so tender, so juicy, full of flavor. Well, chef's kiss. I hope you guys give this recipe a try and I hope you enjoy.